Belinda, obviously that was your last home game for the regular season on the weekend, so 3 away trips. I mean, you knew this was coming. You're in a position now where they're all really important, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Every single one of them is very important, but I think we've probably been better on the road this year than we have at home. So it was nice to send off the crowd with a good win here at home. But yeah, I'm comfortable that we are on the road and that we've been doing some really good things. I think it gives the group a chance to galvanise together and have real focus on the game rather than anything else going on.
Do you think teams come here and they lift? Do you think that's part of it?
Oh, I think we know that any SSN game is hard to win this season. So I think, it's felt like that. And like I said before, I think because of our situation on the ladder, I think every game is a must-win for us. So it's felt like every team has been gunning for us. But I think it sets us up well for the back end of the season if we do make it to finals. That we've been playing under that pressure the last couple of weeks.
Melbourne Mavericks was a loss I know that really annoyed you at the time. It was one that you sort of look back on, and I mean, this is a chance now, isn't it, to try to rectify that?
Yeah, absolutely. We lost that game by 1 goal here on our home court, and unfortunately we suffered a few injuries off the back of that game as well. So we're certainly to right those wrongs right this game. But we've got our full complement, our full 10 this week, and I think those combinations with our list has been building in the back end of this season. So hoping to grow those combinations and attack this contest.
Does that mean Courtney 4 minutes this week, or?
Not quite 4 minutes for Courtney this week, but certainly growing each and every game. So I think she'll be around 35-40 for this Mavs game.
Okay. It'd be good to get a win over the Mavericks, extend that lead over them between 4th and 5th by up to 8 points if you win.
Yeah, we're obviously not so much with the girls, but with the analysts, like just looking at all the numbers, obviously because the ladder is so close. And yeah, certainly if we get the win this week, we'll put ourselves in a really good position to attack finals.
It must be a nice headache to have where Ash and Tara played so well last week, and then you've got Courtney in the mix as well, Diamond's defender, so it's a nice headache.
Yeah, I think I said at post-game we'll need all 3 of those different combinations firing, and we're certainly looking at those, just fine-tuning a few things, and it's great to have Courtney come off the bench, but also what does that look like with her starting a game again as well. So just we'll read the game this week and see how Courtney's pulled up during training, and then just see how we're going to play that one out.
You spoke briefly after the game on the weekend about Steph, and I said, she seems to end up on the floor from foul play a couple of times a game. You said you'd spoken to the umpires. Have you thought any more about that? Have you spoken to umpires for the next 3 games into the finals? Are you going to be raising it?
Oh, I think, most teams are going to target Steph, especially with some physicality, because she is such a key part of our game plan. And I think, like I said after the game, don't fire her up though, because I think she hit 8 super shots this week. Got just week gone. So I think, I think she thrives with that physicality, and she takes it on.
Will you be looking at, or have you already this week talked about the end to that game against the Mavericks when you lost? A couple of things went against you, but it was maybe the way that game could have been run down or handled, apart from the umpires. A better finish?
We just are certainly looking at what we can control, and I think our game plan has evolved since the Mavs game last time, and I think we are really attacking the contest early so we don't get put in those predicaments. But if we do, we're certainly going through the scenarios at training to come through the back end of that game and get the win rather than fall short.
I know your aim is to make the finals, but is there a possibility, like if you win your last 3, can you get a home final?
There is a possibility if we win all 3 and some other teams lose all 3. So, we're certainly gunning for that. That's how we go about each and every week, is to win every game. But for this week, it is purely just focused on the Mavs and that task right now.
In training, are those last couple of moments in the game something that you're focusing on in particular?
Yeah, we've done scenarios all through the year, so obviously, we've got absolute clarity in those moments. But again, like I said before, we would like to not be in those situations so much. I think we've had so many games like that this year. So looking to attack the contest nice and early this week.
I'm taking it that Courtney's pulling up well after games, is she?
Yeah, she has. Her rehab has been going really well. To be honest, better than what we'd first hoped. So, if we can gradually build her minutes and make the finals, then she will be available for full games, which would be nice.
Hey, Liz, does this one still sort of in the back of your mind how the last game against the Mavericks ended? Is this sort of a chance to try and put that one to bed on the weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a disappointing game in the end for us, and we had a few of those close games across the season, but I guess we've spoken a lot about not getting ourselves into those positions where we are relying on the last minute or so to figure out how we win a game. So we've definitely learned a lot from that game and others as well in a very similar situation, but yeah, it's going to be a really intense game, but we're looking forward to it.
Do you think as a group, are you playing better now?
Yeah, I think so. I think even though we've had those losses across the season, we were still playing quite well, and most of our losses, apart from that one against Fever, haven't been over 5 to 10 goals. They've been really, really close games, but it's just how we finish it off and how we actually get into a winning position, because we have been, but then able to take the win as well. So definitely learning from those.
I mean, you got the win on the weekend, which was good, but it was still in some doubt until the end. I mean, those last couple of minutes of games, I mean, do you feel like maybe you could go up a couple more percent in those final couple of minutes?
Yeah, we know percentage is so important with the ladder at the moment, so we do need to look at that as well. But this comp is so tight and so close, and we've got to be proud of the wins that we get. And we did look a bit flat after the game, but I said a win's a win at this stage in the season. You got to take it and be proud of that. But obviously being able to finish off quarters and then finish off games is something we do speak about. So definitely trying, but I guess with the super shot obviously in as well, Giants are a great super shot team too. Those margins can get back quite quickly.
You just need to win this one too, don't you? Because this is a team that's trying to get that fourth spot as well.
Yes, we definitely do need to win this one. I think obviously being in Tassie as well, it's really exciting for them to go down to their other fan base. It's going to be a big spectacle for their fans too down there. So a lot on this game, but we know if we win this one, we're in a really good position for finals and pushing into the finals. But that bottom of the ladder is extremely tight, and everyone's pushing for those wins plus percentage.
I don't really have a question. You answered some form.
I was going to ask actually, leading into this part of the year. Obviously, you and Courtney have done this plenty of times before. Steph's done this before. Had to win games to make finals. Had to win big games at World Cups. I mean, do you thrive on this part of the year? Pressure's on now. You've got to win games. You've got to keep it in your hands. Do you like this part of the year as a professional?
Yeah, absolutely. You play to be in finals, and once you're in the four, anything can happen. So that is the mentality, to stay in that four and be in that final. But yeah, I guess in these moments, I always want the ball in my hand. I want to be playing in those big moments as well. But it's going to take a real team effort. And we know we've got some young girls who haven't probably been in these situations before. So it's encouraging and helping them out along the way as well. But knowing we've had really close games throughout the season, and we've had different scenarios, and we've been able to come through on some of those. So you've got to take confidence from that as well.
The Firebirds beating the Fever on the weekend, I guess, is a wake-up call also to the rest of the competition, that you and Belinda and stuff have said in the past that if you're off just a couple of percent this competition, anybody can beat you.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can't write off any game or any team at the moment. And, when a team is fighting for their season, things can happen like that, and percentage and wins and all those things come into play. So it was an awesome game by them. They played incredibly well. Obviously, Fever is still that really strong team who we know will turn it on at all points in the season as well. So, we'll just look to this one, and then, Firebirds next week as well.
Last, when you played here over the weekend, do you feel that win sort of at home gave you a bit more of a confidence boost within the team?
Yeah, we haven't won too many at home this season. We probably are better on the road, but it was nice to finish off our home and away season here. Obviously, incredible fans, incredible spectacle to play here. Very, very loud, which is awesome for us. But we do have to take confidence from every win that we get, whether it's here or away, and know that we are playing really well. It's just finding those moments where we finish off games. Yeah.